Play ball!
What's going on, folks, and welcome into this week's edition of Wing Wednesday here on Sports Tree. I'm Connor Roundtree, and we're back to talk a little baseball. We're going to run through the MLB standings, talk about the Toronto Blue Jays, preview their matchup with the Yankees tonight. Let me tell you, it's been a whirlwind of a May for the Blue Jays, and then give you our best bets for the game. We're going to try some hot chicken wings and or stadium food, so you guys know the best chicken wing joints in North America and the best food at every stadium, so you guys know what to order whenever you're going to the ballpark. Let's jump into it right now, folks, with our MLB rundown. We're going to run through the MLB standings, and it's still the Tampa Bay Rays league. They're leading the league as a whole, which means they're leading the American League and obviously leading the AL East. In the AL Central, it's still the Twins leading the way with 24 wins, and then out west, the Rangers still lead. So not too much has changed in the American League from last week. In the NL East, the Braves are still atop the division. They lead the Marlins by 5 games. In the NL Central, the Brewers have eclipsed the Pittsburgh Pirates with a record of 24 wins and 18 losses. Out west, the Dodgers lead the way with a record of 27-16. They've won 8 out of their last 10 games. So basically, everything's still the same except for the Brewers. They flip-flopped with the Pittsburgh Pirates in the NL Central, and then the Dodgers out west are really building up a lead. So as we're getting through the first quarter of the season here, folks, everything seems to be settling in, and these teams are really starting to take shape and take form. However, the AL East is just a complete dogfight, and the teams in the AL East are just so talented. And the Blue Jays have just kind of been all over the map in May. Let me just break down for you what the Blue Jays have been doing since May 1st. They've been all over the place. They started the month off by being swept by the Boston Red Sox in a 4-game set. Then they went to Pittsburgh and swept the Pirates in 3. After that, they were swept by the Phillies in 2. Then they responded by sweeping the Braves at home over the past weekend, and now they've dropped their first 2 against New York at home. The law of averages says the Blue Jays are going to get swept by the Yankees. They've already dropped the first 2, as we alluded to, and they got doubled up 6-3 on Tuesday night. And now the Yankees are kind of playing mean, right? They're sending their ace to the hill. Cole is taking the bump for the New York Yankees on Wednesday night, and he has an ERA on the year of 2.22, and he's got a record of 5-0. So Garrett Cole has been playing pretty well. However, as of late, there has been a chink in the armor. Over his last 3 starts, his ERA is ballooned up over 5 across those last 3 starts, and he's given up 18 hits with 7 walks. So it hasn't been the same Garrett Cole over the last little stretch. Meanwhile, Chris Bassett has found his game. So it's kind of an opposite tale of 2 pitchers, right? Garrett Cole started the season hot. He's struggling over the last little bit. Chris Bassett, he started the season struggling, and he has turned it on. The last time we saw Bassett, he tossed a 2-hit shutout against the Braves, lowering his ERA to 3.49 on the season. Over his last 3 starts, his ERA is just 1.71, and he's only given up 8 hits with 20 strikeouts. Bassett is turning it on, and that seems like a bit of a weird narrative going into a Blue Jays and Yankees game, right? You have the Bronx Bombers and the high-flying Jays, yet this is shaping up to be a pitching matchup on paper, just with the current form of these 2 pitchers. So when you have a couple of stellar pitchers on the mound that are in good form, it's going to come down to the batters. Something's got to give and be the difference maker between these 2 teams, and it's going to be the batting lineup. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's getting an MRI done on his knee. He rolled over it. I don't know if Vladdy's going to be able to go, and especially if he's getting MRIs done on that knee, that's not a good sign. He said he is feeling all right, and the Blue Jays could really use him. He's their best batter against Garrett Cole throughout his career. He's hitting .357 with a pair of dingers against the Yankees ace thus far in his career, so Vladdy is that key piece for the Blue Jays. However, Aaron Judge is just mashing the baseball right now. He's back in MVP form. He has 5 home runs in his last 4 games played, with 9 hits in his last 7 games. Now he takes on Bassett, who's taken yard thrice and is hitting .375 against him. Not to mention the fact that his OPS is up over 1,000 against righties this year. I love Aaron Judge's look for a home run tonight. You can get that at plus 290 on PointsBet. Again, he has 5 home runs in his last 4 games. He's taking on a guy that he's taken deep before, and he's hitting well against righties. He's got the power going with an OPS up over 1,000. Let's lock in Aaron Judge for that home run ball to have a little fun with it, right? It's always fun when you get that home run knock. As for our best bet, our play of the day, we're going to turn to Anthony Rizzo. He has 13 hits across his last 7 games, including 7 knocks in his last 4 outings. He has an OPS up over 800 against righties this year, and that's why that's our play of the day. And the number is -175 for him to get over his total bases. Just 0.5 total bases, so all he needs is a single. 1 hit, and you hit that bet. -175, you lock that in. That is our play of the day. So we're looking for a couple of one-hit wonders against Bassett today from that Yankees lineup, from guys that have had success against him, and from guys that are playing really, that are seeing the ball really well right now, and against right-handed pitching as a whole on the season. So I love that home run prop from Aaron Judge, and I love that over total base prop for Anthony Rizzo. The Rizzo one is our best bet, and while I would love the Blue Jays to pull this off, I just think the Yankees have the advantage on the mound, and they have the advantage with the batting, especially with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. out. I think the bats are just going to be the difference as those starting pitchers get deeper into the game. You can see some knocks come against them, and as they leave the game, I also give the bullpen advantage to the New York Yankees. So I do like the Yankees to get the job done in Toronto this evening. All right, folks, time to taste some chicken wings from the Wingstop.
What's going on, folks? Welcome into your chicken wing review for this week. We're from the Wingstop in Toronto. Don't really know what's going on here. Wings, not the biggest size, so a little disappointed that, especially from a place called the Wingstop. Although I do have a bit of girth on this. Yeah, this guy's got some thickness to him. Okay, so we'll go with this guy for the taste test. The dipping sauces are way overfilled. They're pouring everywhere. Not too happy about that, not for a delivery, but hey, at least they're good with their portions, right? Let's give this bad boy a go here. Hot chicken wing review, Wingstop in Toronto. Overall review, the wings are chewier than licorice and the size of a nib. And if we're talking about the packaging, the sauce is everywhere. Not a big fan of the wing spot. Low ratings. We're thinking low. I'm going like, we're gonna go a 2.4. 2.4, we got May 2.4 coming up. So that was the number in my head here. Not very good. Don't order the Wingstop in Toronto. Just because chicken wing is in the name, they trick you. They really let you down with that one. Not very good at all.
All right, folks, this is usually the part of the show where we give you our Wing Wednesdays trivia question to get in to win a pair of MLB tickets. However, this week it is the PGA Championship, the second major of the year, so we're running our promotion right now on Talk Birdie to Me. All you have to do is head over to sportstree.ca and let us know which live golfer you think will finish highest in the field at this week's PGA Championship from Oak Hill. If you're correct, you'll double your entries into the Talk Birdie trivia raffle to get in to win a pair of PGA tickets to any event that you'd like to see next year, excluding a major. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree. We'll see you next time.
Play ball!